Shut down your emotions, ladies and gentlemen. Life is not a straight path. It's a winding road filled with challenges, setbacks, and moments where everything feels like it's falling apart. It's in those moments, the darkest ones, that we find ourselves standing at a crossroads. Do we let our emotions consume us, or do we take charge and rise above them? I've learned that emotions are like waves. They can lift you up, give you hope, and help you dream. But they can also drown you, suffocate you, and pull you into the depths of despair. The secret lies in knowing when to feel and when to shut them down. There are moments in life when your heart will break. It could be a failure, a loss, or betrayal. The pain will threaten to paralyze you, make you want to scream or cry, but here's the truth. Dwelling on it will not change a thing. Life doesn't pause to wait for you to catch up. It demands that you move forward, whether you're ready or not. In such moments, you must learn to control your emotions instead of letting them control you. Feel the pain, acknowledge it, and then close the door. Don't let it seep into your soul. Don't give it the power to define you. Pain may be inevitable, but suffering is a choice. To shut down your emotions doesn't mean to stop feeling. It means to stop letting them overpower your logic, your strength, and your ability to fight back. You don't deny the emotions, but you don't let them stay longer than they need to. Remember, you are not your anger. You are not your sadness. You are not your fear. You are so much more than that. When life takes something away from you, whether it's your health, your dreams, or the people you love, it's easy to feel defeated. But in those moments, remind yourself that it's okay to grieve, but only for a moment. Shut down the emotions that paralyze you, and turn on the emotions that fuel you: hope, resilience, and gratitude. You may feel like life is unfair, and maybe it is, but fairness is not promised to anyone. What is promised is your ability to choose how you respond. Let the setbacks harden your resolve, not your heart. Don't let the storms of life make you bitter, let them make you better. Ladies and gentlemen, there will be times when you are tempted to give up. But remember, shutting down your emotions doesn't mean you're giving up. It means you're choosing strength over surrender, clarity over chaos. You are choosing to move forward even when the road ahead is unclear. So, shut down your emotions, not forever, but long enough to let the storm pass. And when the storm clears, you'll realize you're still standing, stronger than ever before. You'll see that you didn't need to be fearless. You just needed to take the next step, even with fear in your heart. In the end, shutting down your emotions isn't about losing yourself. It's about finding the part of you that can thrive, even in the worst of times. Emotions are a powerful force within us, capable of shaping how we perceive and interact with the world. They are the colors that paint the canvas of our lives, giving depth to our joys and sorrows. But what happens when these emotions spiral out of control? They can overwhelm us, clouding our judgment and paralyzing our ability to act. When we're faced with challenges, emotions can serve as either a driving force or an anchor pulling us down. A moment of anger can inspire action, but unchecked, it can lead to destructive decisions. Sadness can bring clarity and reflection, but left unmanaged, it can spiral into despair. Fear can push us to prepare and grow, but if we allow it to fester, it can limit our potential. The truth is, emotions are neither good nor bad in themselves. They are simply a reflection of our inner state. But their impact depends on how we respond to them. When we allow emotions to take control, they can distort reality, making small problems appear insurmountable and keeping us stuck in cycles of negativity. Managing emotions doesn't mean suppressing them or pretending they don't exist. It means recognizing their presence, understanding their root causes, and deciding how to respond in a way that aligns with our goals and values. It's about learning to pause, breathe, and regain control when emotions threaten to take over. By developing emotional awareness and balance, we give ourselves the ability to rise above despair, to harness the energy of our feelings for positive change, and to ensure that emotions become a tool for growth rather than a barrier to progress. Managing emotions is not a denial of our humanity. It's an embrace of our capacity to thrive, even in the most trying times. Pain is an inevitable part of life, something we all experience in one form or another. It could come from failure, loss, rejection, or unexpected circumstances that shake the very foundation of our existence. While pain is universal, how we respond to it is what defines us. Acknowledging pain is not a sign of weakness. It's a sign of courage. To feel pain is to accept the reality of the situation. It's the first step in understanding what has happened and why it has affected you so deeply. Denying pain only delays healing, like ignoring a wound and hoping it will disappear on its own. When you allow yourself to feel it, you give yourself the permission to process it. But there's a fine line between feeling pain and letting it consume you. Pain, if unchecked, can take root in your mind, shaping your thoughts, your actions, and even your identity. It can whisper lies to you, making you believe that you are broken, that you are unworthy, or that things will never get better. Dwelling on pain turns it into suffering, a cycle that traps you in the past and prevents you from moving forward. The key is to acknowledge the pain, but not give it the power to define you. Recognize it for what it is. A temporary state, not a permanent reality. Pain may shape certain moments of your journey, but it should never dictate your destination. You have the choice to rise above it, to learn from it, and to grow stronger because of it. Ultimately, prolonged suffering is a choice. While pain is inevitable, you have the power to decide when to let go. You have the strength within you to turn pain into a lesson, a reminder of your resilience, and a stepping stone toward a brighter future. Pain does not diminish who you are. It reveals your capacity to endure, adapt, and thrive. Life is not always fair, and it doesn't come with a guarantee of smooth sailing. Challenges, setbacks, and disappointments are inevitable. At times, they might feel overwhelming, as though the weight of the world is pressing down on you. But what truly defines you is not the adversity itself, it is how you respond to it. You cannot always control what happens to you, but you can control how you react to it. Challenges may push you to your limits, but they also present an opportunity to discover your inner strength. Responding with bitterness, anger, or defeat may feel like the natural reaction in the moment, but those emotions only serve to anchor you to the problem, holding you back from finding solutions and moving forward. Choosing strength doesn't mean ignoring the pain or pretending the challenge isn't difficult. It means standing tall in the face of adversity and refusing to let it break you. It's about taking small, deliberate steps forward, even when the road ahead seems uncertain. Strength is not the absence of fear or doubt, it's the courage to keep going despite them. In moments of difficulty, hope becomes a powerful ally. It reminds you that the current struggle is temporary and that brighter days are ahead. Hope allows you to see possibilities where others see dead ends. It fuels perseverance and gives you the resilience to keep trying, even when the odds seem stacked against you. Gratitude, too, is a choice that can transform your perspective. Even in the darkest times, there is always something to be thankful for. A lesson learned, a supportive friend, or simply the strength to face another day. Gratitude shifts your focus from what you've lost to what you still have, and it keeps bitterness at bay. Challenges will come, and life will sometimes feel unfair. But in those moments, your response will define your path. By choosing strength, hope, and gratitude, you reclaim your power. You remind yourself that while you may not control every situation, you control the most important thing: how you rise to meet it. Life often throws us into situations where emotions run high, leaving us overwhelmed and unsure of how to proceed. In such moments, it can feel as though emotions are taking the wheel, driving us into a fog of confusion and indecision. While emotions are natural and necessary, there are times when temporarily stepping away from them is essential for growth and clarity. Shutting down emotions, even for a little while, is not an act of denial. It's an intentional pause, a conscious choice to create space between how you feel and how you act. When emotions are intense, they can distort our perception, making challenges seem bigger and solutions harder to find. In these moments, pausing the emotional turmoil allows logic and reason to take the lead. This temporary shutdown creates a much-needed breather, a moment to regroup and refocus. It's a way to stop the emotional spiral before it pulls you deeper into frustration, sadness, or fear. It allows you to step back, assess the situation with a calm mind, and make decisions based on your long-term goals rather than short-term feelings. During this pause, you also give yourself the chance to rebuild your inner strength. Emotions, especially negative ones, can drain your energy and cloud your perspective. By taking a step back, you regain control over your thoughts and actions, tapping into the resilience that lies within you. With a clearer mind, you're better equipped to face the challenge ahead, armed with determination and focus. This practice isn't about shutting emotions out forever, it's about using the pause as a tool for growth. When the time is right, you can revisit your emotions with a fresh perspective, ready to process them in a way that fuels your progress rather than holding you back. Growth often comes from the ability to rise above immediate reactions and see the bigger picture. By temporarily shutting down emotions, you create room for strength, clarity, and growth. Shutting down emotions, even for a little while, is not an act of denial. It's an intentional pause, a conscious choice to create space between how you feel and how you act. When emotions are intense, they can distort our perception, making challenges seem bigger and solutions harder to find. In these moments, pausing the emotional turmoil allows logic and reason to take the lead. This temporary shutdown creates a much-needed breather, a moment to regroup and refocus. It's a way to stop the emotional spiral before it pulls you deeper into frustration, sadness, or fear. It allows you to step back, assess the situation with a calm mind, and make decisions based on your long-term goals rather than short-term feelings. During this pause, you also give yourself the chance to rebuild your inner strength. Emotions, especially negative ones, can drain your energy and cloud your perspective. By taking a step back, you regain control over your thoughts and actions, tapping into the resilience that lies within you. With a clearer mind, you're better equipped to face the challenge ahead, armed with determination and focus. This practice isn't about shutting emotions out forever, it's about using the pause as a tool for growth. When the time is right, you can revisit your emotions with a fresh perspective, ready to process them in a way that fuels your progress rather than holding you back. Growth often comes from the ability to rise above immediate reactions and see the bigger picture. By temporarily shutting down emotions, you create room for strength, clarity, and growth to take over. And when you emerge from the challenge, you don't just survive, you thrive, stronger and more capable than before.